Hello everyone. In this video lecture, we'll be learning about dispersion. So what is dispersion? Dispersion is one of the factors in attenuation. It is a type of loss. What exactly happens in dispersion? Because of dispersion, there can be broadening of our input signal at the output. The input signal has a definite shape at the output. That shape won't be maintained. There can be a broadening of the input signal. As you can see in the figure, we are transmitting a square input signal. During the propagation, because of the losses, the shape of the signal is being lost. There can be broadening of the signal. So this type of losses which distorts the signal shape is called dispersion. Dispersion occurs because of intersymbol interference. So dispersion is one of the limiting factor which decides how much of data can be transmitted through an optical signal. So dispersion is basically of two types, intramodal dispersion and intermodal dispersion. Intramodal dispersion, we have waveguide dispersion and material dispersion. Material dispersion is mainly due to the frequency dependence characteristic of the material that is used for the fabrication of the fiber. So the materials that are used for manufacturing of the optical fiber has certain frequency dependent characteristics. Because of that, we have a loss that is called material dispersion loss. Another type of loss is the waveguide dispersion. So in waveguide dispersion, the speed of the wave that is traveling along the optical fiber or a waveguide, optical fiber is a waveguide here, so that has a dependency on frequency. So related to that, there is a dispersion in the waveguide, and that is called waveguide dispersion. We'll be discussing in detail both material dispersion and waveguide dispersion in detail in the coming slides. As already mentioned, we have two types of dispersion loss, that are intramodal dispersion and intermodal dispersion. So the next topic is intramodal dispersion. It is one of the type of dispersion loss. What do you mean by intramodal dispersion? To understand that, let us first understand a few basics. So whenever we have a optical communication, we'll be having an input source. So consider the case of a LED. So to the LED, we are giving the input signal as a electric signal. The activating signal is an electric signal. Based on the electric signal, we'll be getting optical signal as output. So the basic conversion of electric to optical domain takes place in the LED. So at the output, the LED will be emitting light rays. So this light rays will be having different spectral components. So when we are transmitting these light rays through an optical fiber, so this have different spectral components. So these spectral components will be reaching at the output at different times. Because of that, there can be a broadening of the output pulse, and this type of broadening of the output pulse, that means at different times the input signal is being reaching at the output. Okay, so there can be a broadening of the output pulse which results in a dispersion, and this type of dispersion is called intramodal dispersion. So when we are using lasers, in lasers the spectral variation is comparatively less than LEDs. Okay, so if you are using LEDs, intramodal dispersion will be severe. If you are using laser, there will be intramodal dispersion, but it will be comparatively less than LED. So we have two types of intramodal dispersion. One is material dispersion and the other one is waveguide dispersion. So material dispersion loss. The material dispersion loss is related to the material that is used for the fabrication of optical fiber. So when it has a dependence on the material that is being used for the fabrication of an optic fiber, then it definitely has a relation with the refractive index of the material that is being used for the fabrication of optical fiber. And there is another term called group velocity. So the group velocity is a function of wavelength of light, as well as this group velocity is a function of the refractive index of the material. So depending upon the light source, as already mentioned, they're having different spectral components. So this different spectral components of the input source will be having different wavelengths. So at the output, these wavelengths will be traveling in different speed through the optical fiber, hence they will be reaching at different intervals of time, thus resulting in a broadening of output pulse. So these are the formulas for the calculation of material dispersion loss. Material dispersion loss is denoted by the letter dm. So dm is equal to sigma m divided by L into sigma lambda. Sigma m is the width of the pulse spread because of material dispersion. Sigma lambda is spectral width of source, and L is the length of the fiber. So in terms of wavelength, dm can be calculated as dm is equal to lambda s naught divided by 4 into 1 minus lambda naught by lambda the whole raised to 4, where s naught is 0 dispersion slope and lambda naught is 0 dispersion wavelength. In practice, in practice, it is not it is not reliable to get 0 dispersion slope, so we'll be getting practical dispersion slope, and practical dispersion wavelength would be a more appropriate term. So as practically obtaining S naught and lambda naught is not possible. So in spite of 0 dispersion loss, we'll be taking practical dispersion slope and practical dispersion wavelength. So dm, another formula is dm is equal to lambda by c d square n by dl square. So we all know where there will be an expression related to refractive index and wavelength. That expression we have to substitute here and double differentiate it, then we'll be getting dispersion loss. So another type of loss is waveguide dispersion loss. In waveguide dispersion loss, we have a signal that is being transmitting through a waveguide. Here in optical fiber, the signal is mostly transmitted through the core of an optical fiber. So the waveguide is the core. So we have an input source, and the light from the input source will be propagating through the waveguide, that is the core of the optical fiber. As I already mentioned, different input signals will be having different spectral components with different wavelengths. So when we are launching this different spectral components, or different spectral component input signal to the optical fiber, they'll be confining to the optical fiber at different angles. So there is a variation in angles with respect to the variation in wavelength, which in turn is due to the different spectral component of the input signal. As a result, different signals will be incident on the optical angle at different angles of the optical fiber at different angles. As a result, they will be propagating at different intervals of time. As a result, at the output, there will be broadening of the input signal that is being transmitted. So there is a loss that is happening because of this phenomenon, and this type of loss is called waveguide dispersion loss. In multimode fiber, most of the signal is not traveling with the waveguide, along the waveguide or along the core axis. They are mainly cut off from the axis. Hence, the waveguide dispersion loss is less in multimode fiber, whereas it is high in single mode fiber, because in single mode fiber the signal mostly is transmitted along the fiber axis. The waveguide dispersion loss is given by dW. dW is equal to sigma W by L into sigma L, where sigma W is width of the pulse spread because of waveguide dispersion, and sigma L is spectral width of source, and L is the length of the fiber cable. Okay, so the next type of dispersion is intermodal dispersion. So in dispersion loss, we have two types of dispersion. One is intramodal dispersion, the other one is intermodal dispersion. In intramodal dispersion, we have waveguide dispersion and material dispersion. Okay, now in this session, we'll be learning about intermodal dispersion. Okay, so intermodal dispersion is also called modal dispersion. Okay, this type of dispersion occurs in multimode fibers. So from the name it is very clear that this dispersion loss is related to the number of modes in a fiber. So as you all know, in multimode fiber we have many modes that are propagating through our optical fiber. So because of this different modes that are propagating through an optical fiber, these different modes will be having different group velocities inside the optical fiber. As a result, they will be traveling, some modes will be traveling with higher speed, some modes will be traveling with lesser speed. As a result, you can see from the figure, at the output of the optical fiber. Different modes will be reaching at the output at different intervals of time. As a result, there can be spreading of output pulses, which accounts for intermodal dispersion loss. So in multimode fiber, we have two variants, that is a multimode step index fiber and multimode graded index fiber. So this intermodal dispersion is higher in multimode step index fiber, which can be reduced by a higher amount if you are using multimode graded index fiber. So in most of the communication applications, we will be using multimode graded index optical fiber. Okay. So the overall dispersion loss of a fiber can be calculated by the formula sigma t is equal to square root of sigma c the whole square plus sigma n the whole square, where sigma c is intramodal broadening and sigma n is intermodal broadening.